Alright folks, so this will be a interesting video because as you can see I have my Garmin Fenix 3 HR, the previous generation of the GPS fitness watch over here, and I have a McGuire's Ultimate Compound right over here. If you're wondering why I have this two together is because they if you look closely on the surface of the optical heart rate sensor, it's very scratched up because I think this is made of resin, and so it's kind of like plastic, and over time it wears out, and I wear this watch a lot, so now it's kind of scuffed up, and in a way it might affect your optical heart rate readings a little bit. So what I'm gonna do today is actually try to use the ultimate polishing compound to try to polish the surface and see if it actually restore the shyness of the back of the optical heart rate sensor. So I'm gonna get started, and what I have is like very simple basic setup. It's just a shop towel. I think it's made by Scott. You can find it in most of the auto shops. You can try to use a paper towel, but it's not as durable as the shop towel that they sell. So I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna put a little drop of the liquid, and then I'm just gonna start polishing the back of the sensor. And since I can't do it with two hands, I mean with one hand, I'll just come back and update you guys once I finish applying the compound. But now I can just get a small piece of the shop towel and try to apply some polishing compound. I use this for my car, and it's really wonderful stuff. Like it even works on the headlights, the headlight lens that's made of polycarbonate or like plastic material. So I think in theory this should also work on back of the sensor, so we'll find out. So I applied a little bit, and basically I'm just gonna, actually I think that's probably too much, so I'll leave it there, and I'm gonna use a new piece and just start messing around with the back of the sensor. I'm gonna do it with two hands, and I'll come back and update you guys. And try to remember what I showed you before. It was really scratched, and hopefully after I do this polishing it will be really shiny. So I'll be back. Okay guys, just finished, and it actually only took about 30 seconds or a minute, not even a minute. I finished just like buffing the surface of the optical heart rate sensor with the ultimate polishing compound, and the result, I'm quite amazed. It's it actually buffed out most of the big scratches. So now it's not as hazy. Try to zoom in. It's not as hazy as before. As you can see, there are still some like big scratches left on the sensor area, which I'm gonna further do. So a second round of polishing. Try to focus. Not sure why it's not focusing, but okay. So this is already 10 times better than before. The sensor area right now, it's actually quite clear, and so we'll see what happens after I polish it for the second time. This time I'm gonna do a little bit longer, so maybe a minute or two, and I'll come back and update again. Just take a closer look at how the sensor is. Try to reflect the light. As you can see, it's pretty glossy now, and before there was a big haze on top of the sensor. Okay. Alright, so now this is after the second round of polishing, and as you can see, the surface of the optical sensor right now, it's a mirror finish. You'll still see some scratches, but those are artificial scratch that's not gonna affect the light pass through behind the sensor. And compared to what you just saw at the beginning of the video, this is a significant improvement. actually restoring your heart rate sensor, optical heart rate sensors, I guess glass or resin surface, and now it's like that was just my hand. I'm gonna wipe it with a regular towel, and it's really clean now. So there's just some trick for you guys, and if you have some car polisher laying around, it would be really good to do a restore. Okay, so the sensor lens is much more clear, which ensures a better readout. And yeah, I hope you guys find this video helpful, and if you do, please hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll have more similar videos out for you guys. Thank you so much for watching.